Here we go. Okay, now I gotta share screen again. Actually, it's so I get. Okay, here we go. Gotta recenter myself. Remember my songs. Okay, Laku Naranana. Let us go and sing to Adonai. Leheku Naranana, Laranana, La Adonai. Naria Letzur Yishenu, Nekadma Fana, Betoda, Bemiro, Bismiro, Naria Lo. Let us go sing, let us go and sing to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector, filled with thanks, and let us greet God, raising our voices in song. So that is what Shabbat is. We're actually coming together as a community and we're greeting God and we're being in his presence, or we're being in the community's presence. I know some days one or the other or both is what moves us to join together. And today I want to also thank everybody. As you turn to page 12, I want to thank everybody for coming here and also helping so that Jonathan can be part of this community and be able to say his Kaddish later. So page 12, I'm going to chant at the bottom, but you're welcome to read the little paragraph in English as I chant. Arabim shana akubador ve'amor am to'el levavhem vehem ladu darachai asher nishbati ve'api im yovo munachati. For Adonai is our God, and we are God's flock, sheep in God's caring hands. Thank you. And if we are going to turn to page 13. Again, I invite you to take a look at the English while I chant the Hebrew. Sheru Adonai Shir Hadash, Sheru Adonai Kol Haaretz, Sheru Adonai Baruch Shemo, Basru Min Yom Le'Yom Yashuato. So each Friday when we come together, we start the services off by singing psalms and by preparing ourselves for the service. And this is the Kabbalah portion of the service where we prepare ourselves for the worship. And now we are on page 14. Okay. And we're going to take just a moment while I let you read the English to yourself or the Hebrew to yourself. And then I will be chanting at the end. So we start at Bow to Adonai, our God, and just take a minute to say this little prayer to yourself. And then I will chant at the very end. Lifnei Adonai kivala, kivalish pod haaretz, yishpot tevel besadek, ve'amim ve'amenu ato. Thank you. Page 15. Adonai malak haaretz, Yismehu Aim Rabim, Anan ve'afel siviav, Sedek u'mishpat mekon kiso. Adonai reigns, let the earth be glad, let the many distant lands rejoice. The heavens tell of God's righteousness, and all of the nations see God's glory. We're going to turn to page 16. And we're going to join together just that one paragraph at the red arrow in English that start with those. Those who love
Adonai
Adonai
hate evil.
God protects
the lives of the faithful,
saving them
from the hands of the sinful.
Okay. And I'm going to finish at the very end here. Oh, have Adonai sinu raha shomer nafshat hasidav meyad rashayim yatzileim or zaru ala sadek uya yisrael simcha simchat tzadikem be'adonai vehodu lezeker kadsho. Go to our next page. And that would be page 17. Okay. Sing to Adonai a new song. Mizmor. Sharul Adonai shir hadash ki nifa'od asaha. Hoshia lo yimenu uzroa kadosho. Sing to Adonai a new song, for Adonai has wrought wonders. God's right arm and holy arm have brought deliverance. Thank you. Turning to page 18 now. Okay, so we're starting on page 18. We're going to say the first paragraph in 3 lines together. And then we get to the red arrow, I'm going to chant that in Hebrew. So we're going to start together. Call out to
Adonai,
all the earth. Break out in
joyful singing.
Sing
to Adonai to the music of the lyre.
Lyre
and voices make more together with horns and shofar cries.
Triumphant presence of the sovereign Adonai. Let the sea and all that is in it roar. Let the earth and all who inhabit it thunder. Let the rivers clap and while mountains sing in harmony. Lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel b'sedek ve'amin mimesharim. We are now going to turn to page 19. Okay, and in this very little corner, there's a prayer from Tel Aviv that we're going to do. And we're going to do it responsively. So I'll start with the blessed, and then you guys can do the indented ones. But the first and the last indents or the first one is, I'll do it in Hebrew. Baruch Boek Shabbat Boek Baruch. And now you guys will join. Bring with you rest.
Rest and peace following a tumultuous week filled with so many demands.
Bring in the space in which, with others and alone, we can shape an infinity of dreams.
Bring the hour of forgiveness in which to hear the pounding heart of another human being.
Blessed is your coming, Shabbat.
Blessed is your creator. Blessed is your light.
Shabbat Baruch Boek Baruch Boek Borek Baruch Ner Ech. Thank you so much. Okay, now we're going to turn to page 20. Omemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtafu lecha chodsho ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Exalt Adonai our God and bow down at God's holy mountain, for Adonai our God is holy. We are going to turn now to page 21. And I will keep this a little bit larger in case you are relying on this. And this is our standard. We're using our standard tune. So our regular tune that we sing all the time. And you're welcome to sing along and join me, or you're welcome to listen in. So just the standard tune. Mizmor la David, Havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, Havu l'Adonai kavod v'hoz, Havu l'Adonai kavod shemo, Ishtatavu l'Adonai behad v'kodesh, Kol Adonai el hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai amarim rabim, Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shomer arazim, Vashaber Adonai heratzeh havanon, Vayachidem kemo hegel, Lavanon besirom kemo ven re'imim, Kol Adonai otsev lahod reish, Kol Adonai yakil midbar, Yakil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai Yechole hayalot, Vayehi sofef ye'arot, Uvehek halo kulo merkavod, Adonai lemabu yashap, V'yeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai hos lehamo yitain, Adonai yavaret et omo v'shalom. All right, we are starting The Voice of God Opens the Gates of Beauty, which is why we're doing all these songs, so that we can open the gates of beauty. So thank you for helping me. And they say the more voices you open, the more God hears, the more voices that help you open the gates, the more God hears your voice. So this is going to be a prayer that we are going to do on page 22. And this again is responsively. So I am wondering if somebody wants to lead the leader part, and everyone else will do the italics part. Is anyone wanting to lead the prayer?
I could do it, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, if you would, may your mighty right hand undo the knot that ties us up.
Accept the prayers of your people who are revered, raise us up, cleanse us.
Almighty, if you would, guard us, the apple of your eye, those who seek your unity.
Bless them,
cleanse
them, have compassion on them, always act justly toward them.
Mighty Holy One, in your abundant goodness, guide your people.
Alone
exalted, turn to your people who invoke your holiness.
Listen to our pleas, hear our cries, knowing the hidden depths within us.
Praise be the name of the one whose glorious sovereignty is forever and ever.
Thank you so much. Baruch Shem Kavod Malkuto Leolam Vahed. And now we're going to turn to Lakado D. So that will be on page 23. Now, if you have a book on you, I advise you to put your fingers in page 25, because we're going to make a big jump from 23 to 25 if you have a book in front of you. If not, what that translates into is that we are going to sing the first two verses here, Shamor and Likrat, and then we're going to kind of take a little pause because of technology, and then we're going to start the last verse. Now, I want to explain again with the advent of technology, the rabbinical councils that be it have said that we need to institute a new policy. And so when you're online, you have a choice that you can rise what we say in spirit, or you can rise in body. So if it is your choice that you want to get up during the Lecado D and face your door, please feel free to do so. But otherwise, you can remain seated. And as long as you have the intent, or stand seated, but as long as you have the intention that if you could you stood, you would be, it counts. Intention is huge in our Jewish tradition. And intention is the difference between something actually being treif or being not, or something being good and something being evil. So intention is quite a big thing. So it's powerful because they recognize that it's hard when you're doing an online service to stand and move to the back of the room when you need the words for the prayers in front of you. So Lecado D will sing the refrain twice in the beginning and then just once between. So I'll lead it off. Feel free to sing with me if you want to, or feel free to listen in as is you wish. So, Lecado D likrat kala, Paneh Shabbat nekabala, Lecado D likrat kala, Paneh Shabbat nekabala. Shamor
v'zachor b'dibur echad, Yishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, U'shmo echad, V'shemu tiferet v'lithilah, Lecado D likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Lecado D, sorry guys, likrat kala, B'nei
Shabbat nekabela.
Lekrat
Shabbat lechu v'nilcha, Mekor habracha, Shmi kedem nesucha, Sof Maaseh Machshava Tila.
Thank you. Lecado
Lecado D likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Lecado D likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabala. We're intentionally, with our intentions, looking at our back doors, waiting for the Kabbalah queen to come in. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam v'simcha
Zahala Tochem B'nei Am Segula. Boi kala, Lecado D likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Thank you so much. We are going to now go.
Madison,
Yes.
can I sing the refrain in different melody?
Sure.
Just an ending. Lehododi, lekrat kala, Pene Shabbat nekabela. Lehododi, lekrat kala, Pene Shabbat nekabela.
Oh, actually, Donald, that I'm glad you reminded me. Some weeks coming up when we we'll do that one. I know that one too. So we'll try that one another time. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. Okay, we are going to, I believe we're just jumping to page 27 now. So if everyone would like to jump to page 27, and I will move the screen to page 27. Okay. Okay, and I invite you to, there we go. Okay. Okay, I invite you to take a look at this prayer in English, and we will be doing it responsively in English after I do the first couple lines in chanting. So I'll do that, and then we'll do it responsively in English. Mizmor shir l'yom hashabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzamer lasimcha elyon, lahagid baboker hazdeka, ve'umanat kabaleot. It is good to thank you, Adonai, and sing to your name most high, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night.
Finger the lute, pluck the harp, let the sound of the lyre rise up.
You gladdened me with your deeds, Adonai, and I shall sing of your handiwork.
How wonderful are your works,
Adonai.
Adonai,
How subtle your
your
designs.
designs.
The arrogant do not understand. The fool does not comprehend this. The wicked flourish like grass, and every evildoer blossoms, only to be destroyed forever.
But you, Adonai, are exalted for all time.
I'm going to do one more chant, but I just have to stop. As I was preparing this service for today, I was preparing it with two reasons in mind. One is I'm trying to get us to learning how to daven with this book. And so I wanted to make sure that I was starting slow and we're learning more of the prayers as we go. And I was also mindful that we have a Yahrzeit, because sometimes if you have someone who's in mourning, there's certain prayers that you choose and certain prayers that you can refrain from. But as I was reading this book, I was also very amazed at how these prayers are really talking about times that are exactly like ours right now, all the craziness that's happening in the world right now. So I hope that these prayers are also giving you comfort to know at least that this is not new. God has handled this before. The world and his people are still going on. And I just, again, especially with this prayer, boy, we have a lot of people who are not comprehending a lot of stuff lately. And we know that God will keep us safe, and if we keep proclaiming his faithfulness, he will protect us. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Aleh sorva aleh naveh, aleh higayon bekinchor, ki simachatani Adonai befooleka, b'maaseh yadeka araneh. Thank you. Okay, we are going to turn to a song that we all know, which is on the next page, page 28. And we all know this one together. Sadikata Ifra Keheres Bavanon
Yehu Ahagid Yeshar
Let Adonai
Rot Eloheinu Yafrihu Oyen Movun Vesevan Geshem Ananim Yehu V'Hagid Yeshar Adonai Ribalo Avatabo Bo.
Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to turn to page 29 now. And again, above the roar of the vast sea and the majestic breakers of the ocean, anyone standing next to the ocean knows you've got to be pretty loud to overhear that. So we can be very assured that God is with us, and that it's very hard to drown out his voice when he wants to be heard. Adonai malakeh lavesh, lavesh Adonai os hitazar, Tikon teveo betimot. Edot heka menu mehot. Leveka na'ava kodesh. Adonai lo orek yami. Okay, we are now on page 29 or 30 page. We're on the mourner's Kaddish now, and we do have a minion. So I am going to look at the screen really quick. I just need to make sure I see 10 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I sort of see 10 faces. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I see 10. Good. Okay. So now I can go back. That's all I have to do. Right before we do the prayer, halakhically, I need to make sure there's 10 people. So we're good. Thank you so much. I know my husband really appreciates this. So let's go back to here. Okay, and we can do the regular mourner's Kaddish now because we have a minion. I will try to, if you have the book, it's on page 30 again. If you do not have the book, I'm trying to make the transliteration bigger. So, okay, here we go. You may stand in body or stand in spirit. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah. V'alma divra
Kirsei, Yamli,
alkutei
Kutei, Vechon, Vimechon,
uvachaye
Aye, Vechol Beit Yisrael,
Bavila
Galag, Vizman, Kariv, Vimru, Amen.
Yehei
Yesh
shmei
me
Barach le'olam
Leolam,
le'olam
Leomeo Maya.
Yitbarak
Vishtabach, Vitvar, Vitran, Vitnase,
Viet Hadar
Hadar, Vitalal, Vitalal,
Shemei
Shmei Kudshav, Rechu,
Rehu.
Mila Minkol, Birkata, Shirata, Tishbachata, Venechemata, Tamiran, Viamah, Vimru, Amen.
Amen.
Shlomo Rabba Min Shemayim, Chaim Alinu, Pial Kol Yisrael, Vimru, Amen.
Amen.
Say Shalom, Vimru, Yaseh Shalom,
Aleinu
Alinu, Pial Kol Yisrael, Vimru, Amen.
Is anyone else have a yahrzeit this week besides my husband?
Yes, I do. My mother.
Okay, do you want to take a minute down? I think you've been here when I've done this before, just to say a few words about her.
Well, she lived a very prayerful life, and she was like Jonathan's mother. She was always saying prayers for me, and she would send me that in the mail when I was on active duty. And I would kind of wonder about that. But as I grew older, I learned to appreciate all the time that she spent in prayer, thinking about me and my safety. So, and she lived a good long life, and I was appreciative of that in the end more than ever.
Thank you very much.
We have two more here.
Oh, go ahead, William.
Yeah, we have two. One is my mother. Say for her, Marilyn Barker, or her Yiddish name was Mirza, but she never used that. And then the other person is my dear wife, Regina. She passed away around this time. We're just kind of generalizing it, these weeks here. So those are the two we have, and I have Elena here, who may want to say something about your choice, Elena.
Oh. I also have a yahrzeit for my friend I live with's father, Samuel Pere, who we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of him passing. And he was kind of like a second father to me also. And his roots were Jewish also. And he was
A good person.
a great person.
And I'd add that although it's not an official yahrzeit, I just passed the Shloshim, the first 30 days after losing my mother, just over a month ago. She died just before her 92nd birthday and actually was a Holocaust survivor.
Wow.
in 2 different concentration camps before she arrived in this country at the age of 8.
Wow.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Anyone else have a yahrzeit? Okay. I actually have a yahrzeit. So my mother, Arlene Edith Hava Carter, passed away when I was about 6 years old. So I would like to say that I can say a whole bunch of great things, but I was 6 and Jello was probably my most exciting thing at that time. So what I can say though is from the pictures that I have seen and from the stories that I have been passed out, my mother loved me greatly. And I know it was my mother's wish. I was there when she passed away. We were alone together. So I know it was her wish that I have a good life. So I am still living up to that wish today. And I think that's the best wish that any mother could give a child, to have a good life. So we have a lot of yahrzeits, and I continue to be here and be with you, anyone who needs honoring. Let me just verify. Last time I checked, Jonathan didn't want to say anything. Or do you want to? No, he's still not ready to say anything. So, okay. Well, thank you very much, everyone. And may all their names be for a blessing. So praise be the name of the one whose glorious sovereignty is forever and ever. Ose shalom b'murav, huya se shalom, aleinu ve'akol Yisrael, b'mru, amen. And
Yahrzeit shalom, Yahrzeit shalom, shalom aleinu v'akol Yisrael, Yahrzeit shalom, Yahrzeit shalom, shalom aleinu v'akol Yisrael.
thank you very much. Now, just a little thing, because I forgot to do it first, we had to say the last thing to close it. So a little halakhical learning there. Okay, we are going to now turn to page, we are turning to page 39A. And if you are rising either in body or spirit, we are going to say the Barku. Barku et Adonai hamevorach. And everyone together joins me. Baruch Adonai hamevorach. And then we are in English going to say the first bracha before the Shema. What's wrong? Oh, I forgot to turn the page. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. There we go. I apologize. The first bracha before the Shema, the coming of the evening light. And we'll just say it together unless somebody wants to say it for us. Would someone like to say this prayer for us?
The Shema?
The Baruch Atah Adonai, our God and Sovereign. This prayer in English on page 39A.
Baruch atah Adonai hamevorach.
Yeah, our God. No, just you can do it in English. Our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word.
Bring the evening dusk,
You go.
whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in a place in the sky, who creates the day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai itself is your name, living and ever-present God. May your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening dusk.
Thank you. Okay. And now we're going to turn to the next page. Avat olam beit Israel, amcha ahavta, Torot u'mitzvot hukim, u'mishpatim otanu lem adata. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shokvenu u'vkumenu, nasia bechukecha, v'nisma b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha le'om v'hed, ki hem chayenu v'gorak yamenu, Uvahem nege yomam v'layla, Va'avacha al tasir mimenu leolamim. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. And we're going to turn the page and we're all going to join in together for the Shema. Shema
Israel,
Adonai
Adonai, Eloheinu,
Eloheinu,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Echad,
Echad.
We're going to go right to the Via Hafta. Via
Hafta, Et
Et
Adonai,
Adonai Elohecha,
Elohecha,
V'kol
V'halabaha,
Olavacha, Uvachol
V'hal
Nafshacha,
Nafshacha,
V'kol
V'hal
Uvachol
Meodecha,
Meodecha,
V'hayu
Vahayu
Hagarim
Hagarim
Oela,
Ba'ela,
Asher
Asher
Anochi,
Anochi Mitzavcha,
Asam,
Hayom
V'Halavecha
Alavecha,
V'dinan,
Nenecha,
V'chibha
V'dibarta Ba,
B'miteha, V'chibha
V'shivtacha,
B'miteha,
V'veitecha,
V'laktaha
Uvaktacha
B'deri,
Derech,
V'shakbiha
V'shaktacha
U'v'kumecha,
Kumecha, V'ukshatam
V'shaktam
Leota
Leota
Yadecha,
Deha, Dehayu
Hayulatotapot
Litotapot,
Beinecha,
V'nineha, Uftaftam Al
Tam
Mizbeteha,
Mizbetecha,
U'v'sharecha.
Uvisharecha.
Okay, and we're going to go to the very next page. Okay, the very next page. I just need to do something. Lakam Elohim ani Adonai Elohim Emet. And then everyone together says this one sentence here, the truly and the Adonai your God truly. So ready? Truly,
Truly, Adonai, your God,
truly. Adonai
truly.
Elohim Emet. Okay,
Oh,
we're going to turn
go ahead.
43, 44, okay, page 44. This is it. Okay. Here. Umakut Kuko Baratson Kiblu Alehem Moshe Umar Miriam Uvene Israel Hananu Shira Besimcha Rabba Ve'amru Kulam. And we all join together and sing Mi Kamo
Nero
Elohim
HaKodesh,
Adonai,
Nikamoa,
Kamocha,
HaKodesh
Nora Tehila,
Ose
Ose Fele,
Malkutaka Ra'uvaneka Bokea Yam Lifnei Moshe Ze Elianu Ve'amru Adonai Yimlo
Leolam,
Baruch atah Adonai Goel Yisrael. Okay, and now we go to the next page, page 45. And we are going to say right here, this paragraph, starting with shelter us and ending with ensure now and forever. So we're going to say this paragraph in English. Shelter us,
and
shadow of
your wings.
for you, God,
God, watch over and deliver us.
And you,
You,
God,
God, are
are
sovereign, merciful, and compassionate.
ensure
Ensure our
our
going and coming,
coming
life
for
and peace,
life and peace
now and forever.
forever.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Right.
Al-Porei Sukat Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Amo Yisrael, Ba'al Yerushalayim. Okay, and then now we're going to go to page. Yeah, okay. There's two different versions. I'll do the faster one today just because I want to get you out sort of on time. V'shamru v'nei Israel et ha-shabbat la'asot et ha-shabbat le'dorotam ritolam v'heini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam kishet shamim asah Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz uvayom hashivi shavat vayinafash uvayom hashivi et shavat vayinafash. And now I'm going to do the Hatzikadosh. Yit Gadal, V'yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'yalma Dibra, Kurote, V'yamlik Malkute, V'kaye Hon, U Yomehon, U Kaye Deko V'yet Israel, V'agalat, Uzman, Kari, V'imru, Amen.
Amen.
Barak, V'yit Tabak, V'yit Parar, V'yit Ramah, V'yit Naseh, V'yit Hadar, V'yit Halel, V'yit Halal, Shemei Kudasha, Berakud. Lamin Kol Birhakata, V'shirahata, Tush Bechata, V'nekamata, Da'amiran, Be'ama, V'imru, and all together we say,
Amen.
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 Okay. And now we are going to skip to page. Okay. So now we're on the silent Amidah. So if you have a book in front of you, you are going to put your finger in page 52 because that's where we're going to join together. If you don't have a book with you, I'm not able to really scroll through the prayers to say, hey, follow me in English. If you downloaded the copy, you can. Otherwise, what I would say is, since intention is so powerful, think of a prayer or a personal prayer that you give to God. And we're just going to take a couple minutes to do a super fast but highly motivated Amidah. And then in just a few minutes, we'll join together on 52 for the Oseh Shalom. So again, silent Amidah, our intentions are super powerful. So Oseh Shalom Bimuma. Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Ve'aku Yisrael. V'yimru. Amen.
Yaakov Yisrael.
Page 53. Vayakolu hashamayim ve'haaretz ve'kol savaham ve'yakal Elohim b'yom hashvi'i malakto asher asa vayishbo b'yom hashvi'i mikol malakto asher asa ve'yavarek Elohim et yom hashvi'i vayakadesh oto kivo shavad mikol melakto Asher bara Elohim la'aso. Let me go down to the bottom of the page. Again, avod b'dvaro, mekaye metim b'maro, ha'el hakadosh ein kamohu, ha'mei alamo b'yom Shabbat kadsho, kivam ratza lanahiach lahem, lafanav nevod bira ve'ah Veno delish movekol yom tamid, Meon habrakot el hahudaot, Adon hashalom mekadesh hashabbat, Varek shevi'i umaniach, Medusha leam medushne oneg, Zekel amase vereshit. Okay, we're on the next page. Okay, let's see if I can read this. Okay. Elohe ve'Elohe avotenu ratzabimnu hachetenu kadshenu b'mitzvoteka v'ten hachakenu b'torateka sabinu mituveka v'samhenu b'shuteka v'ahir libenu le'ovka be'emet v'hak Vahan Hilenu Adonai Eloheinu V'ahava Uratzon Shabbat Kodsheka Va'anucha V'Yisrael Mekadshe Shameka Baruch Ata Adonai Mekadosh HaShabbat. And then, okay, so we are going into the world's 32nd Devar Torah, because I really do want to respect your time. So here you go. I had prepared a whole Devar Torah, so someday if someone's bored and wants to listen to it, it's there. Anyway, today it's Parsha Ki Tetzit, and it is the longest Parsha. I think it's 71 Puskim, which is, you know, the little lines in it, 71, and it has so many different themes. And it's usually what I call Ancient Law and Order SVU edition, because it has all the things that are not the fun things to talk about when we are in synagogue. It also was my daughter's Torah portion, so they end up talking about the bird and the mama and the couple other little things that aren't the SVU edition. So anyway, but what I wanted to tell you, there's this little obscure thing in all of this, because this Torah portion is really about, you know, we were in the wilderness. We did a lot of things that maybe we should have or shouldn't have. We got away with a lot of stuff in the wilderness because we were in the wilderness. But now we're moving into civilization, right? And we can't do what we want to do when you're in the wilderness and have a civilization. So there's this little piece that says that we can't, when we do our fields, we need to leave some edges. Or when we pick our grapes, we need to leave the seconds and the thirds behind. And a lot of people talk about that, and they talk about it because they say, well, that means leave stuff for the poor. And it does, except for we have this thing called the Zohar. And the Zohar, you know, is our spiritual and our more investigative, fuzzy, feely side, crunchy granola side, if you want to say, of Judaism. And the one interesting point I wanted to make, because as you know, the Zohar is like an onion, it has lots of layers, is the fact that the Zohar talks about that as a really important passage, because when you don't leave some of your blessing behind for it to flow, the flow stops. And I had to wrap my head around this because they keep using the field, but it's more of a water metaphor. So God's blessing comes down, and if you don't leave some, it creates like a dam. If you hoard it, it's like the beavers hoarding their sticks. It creates a dam, and the blessing gets stuck behind the dam and it can't flow down. So basically, I've been thinking about this a lot because we've had a lot of blessings from our congregation lately. The blessings have been flowing. And I just thought about this in a more higher level Zohar, is the fact that these blessings might be books that you've donated or might be your time. In fact, I had someone volunteer to do our Yahrzeit Yixer list. That was a great blessing for me because I was concerned about how to keep that up once I was in school. And I realized that all your blessings, the overflow from your blessings, it might be some extra money you have, or it might have been an extra 15 minutes of time that you have to talk to me or to help with something. But it allows me to glean the blessings from you to give back to other people. So that was how I felt this Parsha personally affected our congregation. And that there's times when I don't have energy, but I'll tell you what, when you get that nice email that says, hey, I'll take the Yixer list off you after High Holy Holidays, like, wow, like that kind of boosted me up. Or when I call someone and say, I'm not sure what to do, what do you think? And they're like, do this. And I'm like, yay. It's your extra blessing that you give to people. So I just want to let you know this one little line, this one little scheme in this 71 page Zohar actually illustrates how the little leavings are sometimes the most powerful part of God's blessing. And that is literally all the Devar Torah I'm going to give you tonight. So we are nearly done. So page 56, because I did go over time. I'm trying to not do that. But I think it's important that we spend time sharing about our important remembrances. So I'm going to continue to do that and trim other portions. We are on page 56, and it's Aleinu, and you can all join me. Aleinu le'shal berak la'adon ha'o la'tet gula yotzer bereshit shalo asar kitoya hazot velo shalo sam chelhin
קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונושא שמיים ויוסד הארץ משה ויקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינת זו בגבהי מלכים אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו וחסולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים הארץ איתך חצינו אין עוד כי נקווה לך אדוני אלוהינו לרוב מהרה בתפארת עוזך לך אוויר גילולים מן הארץ. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר לאדוני, המלך על כל הארץ, ביום אחד, ושמו אחד.
Baruch Shemo. Okay, and then we are now going to go all the way down to
Kaddish?
we're because we already did Mourner's Kaddish once, so we don't have to repeat it unless you guys really want me to. I can, it's up to you. But because we were late, I wanted to go to the very last thing, which is that's great. Yigdal. I lost Yigdal. I think I'm almost there. Sorry, guys. Okay,
62.
page 62. So page 62. Okay. We will seal this one up. Okay. And I'm just going to do a little bit of this. And eventually we will learn this whole song, but I'm just going to do a little bit of this. And I'm not sure there's many different tunes, so we're just going to do this one. Yigdal Elohim Have Yishtabach Nim Save'en Et El Mitzuoto Ekad Vehen Yachid Ke Yehodo Nelam Vegam Ein Sof Latuko Ein Lo Demud Hagu Ve'ein Ogu Lo Naricha. Sorry, guys. Elav Kudasho. Sorry, Kadman Lehekol Davar Asher Nivra Rishon Ve'en Reshit Lerishito Yigdal Elohim Havayishtabach Nim Save'en Et El Muzoto. I apologize for that. So I am going to stop sharing. Okay. Very quickly, I just wanted to remind people there's a separate Rosh Hashanah announcement that came out that has all the highlights. I'll have 2 question and answer sessions or training sessions or whatever sessions people would like. And those are on the High Holy Holiday announcements. Not this weekend, but this next weekend is Gabby Schinder's bat mitzvah. So if you're able to attend, that would be wonderful, because this girl really made this happen herself. So her mom was sick, her dad was sick, and just struggling on the struggle bus. And this kid did everything herself, made her own appointments, reminded her parents to order bagels. You know what I mean? Like, she did literally everything herself. So it's a standalone bat mitzvah ceremony. So we won't do a mourner's Kaddish during it, but after that, if there are people who like Kaddish, we would say Kaddish separately. So I'd like to not bring Kaddish into her special happy days. So she's too young to worry about that kind of stuff yet. So that being said, I apologize for leaving, going late. That was me at the very end doing the new rabbi thing I'm learning, which is how to hurry up when you're running over schedule. The other thing is I want to announce that the RSO has gotten internet for me at building 221. So I had to buy a new computer to get it to work. So once we get that set up, being either next week or the following week, depending if we have enough for service next week, we will have streaming in person or hybrid services. You can be in person and you can be whatever. We could have did it this Friday, but we didn't realize till last minute I had to get a new computer. So so I'm pretty excited. The chapel is looking really nice. So woohoo! I have keys to the building so we don't get locked out again, because I've been locked out a couple times. We won't get locked out ever from that building. We have a lot of things to get ready. And then just be assured, I told RSO, I would let you guys know that when our numbers we hopefully continue to rebuild and get bigger numbers on Fridays, then we will see about it. But our numbers are kind of small for that huge area, and it's difficult for me to manage that whole huge area. So 221 is easier. It's also a little safer. I've had some comments from people that they had said that they figured if they had a hard time finding 221, that anyone else that didn't like us would have a harder time finding it. So that made them feel safe. So I just want to let you know that that's the other reason too. So I'm also going to apologize for my kids shouting in the back room and let you know that most of the time we will be doing services at 221 from now on when we stream. When we stream on Saturdays and when we stream on High Holy Holidays, it won't be interactive. It'll be the standard. Anytime we stream from Belvoir, it can't be interactive. So that is the other reason why I like 221, because we get a chance to actually, I want to continue for people to share their remembrances, because I think it's really important. And I think I really want to work on building, getting to know everyone. Like, I learn something new about everyone every time I meet you guys. And we can't do that if it's just one way. So that's it. If anyone else has anything quick they want to add, and then I will let you go. So Sept, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. So just a reminder, the information went out either this morning or the other day. On Sunday morning at 8:30, we're going to have a High Holy Day Planning Committee meeting. The link went out, so please join us if you can. We need basically all hands on deck to help us put this thing together. It's going to be wonderful because we have got Rabbi Trish coming down to help lead us, and it's just going to be really great, but we need your help. Second thing is on Tuesday, 9 September at 1900 at 7 o'clock, we're going to have our next council meeting. So please join us for that as well. And we're going to discuss some major topics about the congregation going forward and just everything else. And if somebody, as Madison mentioned about